Welcome to the Waiver Wire. Waiver Wire. Waiver Wire. Waiver Wire.
All right. What up? Welcome to the Waiver Wire, where fantasy players become fantasy legends. I have zero right to say that. I am saying that, and you know what I am? I'm just a fan. I like to watch sports and be loud. That's who I am. But as far as really taking my advice, don't do it. Because Josh is terrible at fantasy football. It just says fantasy football in the shot. That's all I can see. But I really need you to understand it says I suck at fantasy football. And the reason why I got that is because I think we all feel this way. But I'm in another week 2 of woes, man. I'm in another week 2 of bad.
Well, I saw how the team performed in our league. How did your other one do?
Same. Less points.
Even less.
I don't have Chris Godwin in that league. And I started Jarvis Landry in the flex. So he went in and got hurt.
Yeah. Devlin asked me some advice on Thursday, and he wanted to know Terry McLaurin or Jarvis Landry.
I thought Jarvis Landry was going to have a good game.
He should have if he hadn't got hurt in the first quarter or the first play. Was it the first play?
It was early. I mean, he got me like 1.3 or something like that.
Right. I think he only caught one pass. He must have caught one pass for 3 yards or something.
Yeah.
So, he was mad at me.
Really fucking love football. I was so bummed I didn't even watch the Sunday night game. I did not even watch Kansas City versus Baltimore.
That was probably the best game,
I know.
too.
I know. I went and watched the highlights to him and was like, oh, that was probably a really fun game to watch. Too bad I hate football. And we talked about this briefly when he first got here, but like it's funny that hey, shut the fuck up. It's funny that both of us wanted to do this fantasy football podcast, and both of us secretly hate fantasy football. Like
with a passion.
I hate watching football and being like, I'm just rooting for one guy. I'm not rooting for a team. I'm not rooting for anybody to win or lose. I'm just like, oh, go Christian Kirk, go Christian Kirk.
You watch the ticker and stuff.
Yeah,
of the
that's
game.
all I care about, and so it's just, it's really sad. It's really
Well, the good thing is that what you can do is just listen to what he says and then don't do that.
Do the opposite.
And just don't
whatever
do
I
that.
say. Yeah,
That's the other good thing about giving fantasy advice and analysis is that you can find the you can
find the idiots. Yeah,
right. Well,
right.
you just got to find the happy sweet spot. So
this dude
pay
can't even
attention to
score
what I
100
said.
points. Yeah. Don't listen
to him.
No, I mean I'm obviously second guessing myself now, and I'm beating myself up over the team, but I think it's I went with a really traditional theory of that you have to draft running backs and you have to do it early. My first 3 picks are running backs. Najee Harris looked better. I mean, there was moments that made me really happy. He scored like 19 points, so he wasn't the reason that I lost. And I mean, things like Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert looks good.
Well, I think didn't they have 2 passing touchdowns that were called back because of penalties. So I mean, add 2 more touchdowns to his game, and his stat line looks like a lot better.
When you look at him and you watch the Chargers play football, you're like, oh,
I don't have any worries about. I have a bear in my other league, and I'm not worried about him. I think they'll play better.
It'll come back. I mean, the Clyde Edwards-Helaire from that Kansas City game, that fumble is pretty much what lost them the game. And
it is exactly what lost them a game.
And as far as
like right at the end.
Yeah, at the end.
If he hadn't fumbled, they were in field goal range.
He hasn't lost a fumble in 2 years. He's been pretty good about it. Again,
he's awful. He's really small.
Yeah. Even with that fumble, okay, yeah, that sucks. You lose me 2 points. You still only got me fucking 3-2, something like that.
Yeah, it almost seems like they don't know how to use him or something.
I'm really upset with that. The Clyde Edwards-Helaire is the one where I'm like, this is not going to work. And then my third pick was Josh Jacobs, who had a good week 1, but now he's hurt. So I'm just kind of like, and the receivers I picked. So I picked Robert Woods because last year I had fucking Cooper Kupp. And Cooper Kupp and fucking and Matt Stafford must be living together, sucking each other off at night.
Yeah,
there must be some real gay romance going on because I've never seen a connection
number
like
9
Matt
likes
Stafford
number 10
and fucking Cooper Kupp.
He's pretty, isn't Cooper Kupp's
got fucking.
He's like a good-looking man, isn't he? He's got like blonde hair and blue eyes and shit.
All the white receivers look the same, but I really don't know what the fuck is wrong with. Why did you put a captain? Hey. Why did you put a captain sticker on Robert Woods' fucking jersey if you're not going to throw him the fucking ball, Stafford? God damn it!
But I think that'll change too.
I don't know.
Because defenses are going to have to start.
I think they were drafted by Brady's balls, and all of the guys on my team came together, and they were like, you know what, we're going to fuck this thing up for him. We're really going to.
Yeah, your team. Hey, you barely got to 100 points, right? It's pretty good. I mean, like,
it's bad. So bad. And like Claypool had moments that were better, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, like, here we go. Claypool's gonna make some catches, and so, but they're not throwing it. They're throwing it to your fucking guy, Deontay Johnson.
But he got hurt, so Claypool might have more.
Yeah, but I don't think it was serious, was it? I think they said
it doesn't.
I think he's gonna play.
Questionable. They said I don't think it's serious.
He's gonna play because Claypool's on the fucking.
Apparently,
he's on the Brady's balls.
They can't protect Big Ben. Like, he's getting
his offensive line is not good.
Right. He has the quickest, like, he's throwing the ball the fastest, like, has to release it, and he's still getting hit the like fourth most.
Wow.
So yeah, he's getting hurt. Big Ben will probably end up not making it through the whole season.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary. I definitely bet a lot on the Steelers because obviously with Najee, and then I did Claypool too. So my tight end last night, he got me more points. I don't even.
Oh yeah, how did Tanyan do?
I mean, he scored a touchdown and he did okay, but it wasn't anything big. And
so, do you want Noah Fant now?
Oh fuck yeah! I want every tight end I can. I need a fucking quarterback. I need a receiver. I need a running back. I need a whole new team. I want to do the draft over.
Oh, you're a quarterback. So yeah, I have the now I have like Josh Allen hasn't necessarily been playing well, and Jalen Hurts has scored more.
How much did he score last week?
20.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Were those rushing touchdowns? Well, I have
both weeks he's scored like 20 points. Jalen Hurts has outscored him both weeks.
I have Devin Singletary. Yeah, but they looked fucking great. The Buffalo Bills stomped the dick off of
I am going to continue to start Josh Allen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
he's gonna score touchdowns. He's gonna be the reason that they. And I mean, if what Buffalo did against Miami, where they ran the ball a little bit more, it wasn't so reliant on Josh Allen. Maybe you're right. Maybe you take a hit fantasy wise, but they're gonna win a lot of games, and he's gonna be consistent as fuck for you. Whereas Jalen Hurts, as we saw, he outscored Josh Allen this week. Oh, I was about to say because
he had 88 rushing yards in a rushing touchdown.
Okay, well then that's why, and that's why you like rushing quarterbacks.
Well, one of the reasons you like rushing quarterbacks is because their floor, right? They're probably going to score 20 points for you because they're going to always be they're going to get you those 60, 70, 80 rushing yards a game.
Yeah, again, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So just listen to what he says, and then anything that I say this opposite.
It's just these 10-team leagues, man. It's matchup based. You know, you got to play. Your goal every week is to play your best lineup.
And I started Arizona's defense,
which that didn't work out very. Why don't we go over the games?
Yeah.
And then I can kind of like spark the
Thursday night was New York Giants and the Washington Redskins.
This didn't go anywhere. This didn't go as we thought it would.
No, I thought they were going to blow them out, honestly. But it also makes you go, this Taylor Heineke kid, you're good, you're not.
He put up. I think in our league he put up 26 points.
He's good. I'm not. He's like Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's like one of these traveling Tyrod Taylor for a little bit in the Houston game. I mean, like, he's one of these guys who's serviceable.
Potential MVP candidate, Tyrod Taylor, you mean?
No, not after what I saw. This is the Tyrod Taylor that I knew. Oh, you looked good for a game. And and he's out for the season. I'm not saying he's out for the season, but this is
nobody even knew how he got hurt.
This is why you can't trust this dude, and this is why he's not a starting quarterback like that has a cemented spot because he gets hurt all the time. His fucking
can't be.
His training squad popped his lung or something like that. Like Jesus. But the Washington game came down to the very fucking end. I thought the Giants played a lot better, even though Saquon still sucks. Saquon still didn't have a good game.
He showed flashes of...
Yeah, there was a couple
It just
plays.
doesn't seem, these injuries are just taking a toll.
Did you see the Galladay blowing up at the sidelines? So Kenny Galladay is like, it looks like he's screaming right at Daniel Jones. Like, it looks like he's like, you fucking suck, motherfucker. Bitch ass motherfucker. And like, I mean, I'm sure there were other words being said, and then Daniel Jones is just kind of sitting there like, okay, yeah, yes, yeah, okay.
But Daniel Jones had like 38 points.
He had a good game. He had a good game. But I'm not counting on.
He's not throwing the ball to Galladay.
He's over here. He's over here on the waiver wire for me as like a potential option, just because Justin Herbert is scaring me. But
no fucking way. I don't want nothing to do with that guy.
I know, but it's kind of the same concept of Jared Goff and your Lions. They're gonna be. Jared Goff had another pretty good game fantasy wise.
I think I'd rather have Goff than
I agree
Daniel
with that.
Jones.
He's the top of my him and Derek Carr.
I think I'd rather have Heineke over Daniel Jones.
No, see, I smell with Heineke that the Washington is really gonna look at that. Look, now we're 1-1. Let's say they go 4-2 through the first 6 games, and Fitzmagic comes back. But he doesn't even look that good. And then they lose a game. Washington, I think, is the one team in the NFC that's on the bubble that might go, let's go make a fucking trade. Let's go get Matt Ryan. They think he's washed up.
When's the trade deadline?
It's not till later. It's not till like week 12 or something like that.
Oh, really? I always thought it was early.
No, it's later. It's later. It's like mid-season at some point. But yeah, I just think Washington... They're not going to stick with this Taylor Heineke kid. He's good.
He's got goo-goo eyes for fucking Terry McLaurin, though, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah, he does. He loves your boy.
For me.
Well, yeah, hey, Terry McLaurin is a baller. Terry McLaurin had a great game. Sterling Shepard had another good game. Another good fantasy. If you picked him up, you're lucky. If he's still there, go get him because he's obviously going to get targets.
Gibson did not have a very good game.
No.
I'm sure some people are worried about him. Because he was a high draft pick.
I think that Washington, and also if you struggled this much with the New York Giants, it gives me like, are you going to be behind? So if you own Antonio Gibson, are they going to be behind? Are they going to have to turn to throwing the ball earlier than they want to? I just don't know. I don't know about Washington, but it was a good game nevertheless. Came down to the very end, fun to watch.
Like to see all the points scored.
Yeah. And then we go to Sunday where we had Houston and Cleveland. So, I mean, look, Houston started off great.
Yeah,
it really was going well.
17-0 season.
Yeah.
I really thought we were going to do it.
Well, Davis Mills is not.
You don't think potential MVP candidate Davis Mills?
Nope.
Fuck.
Nope. Davis Mills, future bench rider, possibly being cut by all NFL teams. Davis Mills. No, I smell bad things if the Texans.
I think that we have our own first round pick this year.
Okay, so I was wrong about that. So that's good. That's good.
I don't know.
Hey!
I was talking to somebody. I didn't actually look it up, but somebody told me.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's.
Is there a Trevor Lawrence out there this year though? Is there
probably not? No, this would be the year that there's a defensive end,
and then we take a fucking defensive end. Yeah, that is what's going to happen.
A Jadeveon Clowney type or Mario Williams type.
Oh, good. This is it.
Game
this is the
changer.
Guy. Thank God we got Clowney. Now we're going to win.
Changer.
So fucking stupid. And yet, in none of those times where we've had good first round picks, have we ever picked a fucking offensive fucking lineman that can just be a staple where like Julian Davenport will be it. No, he's not. But no, he's not because I had to trade my whole team for fucking Laramie Tunsil. Okay, the Texans. The Texans lost.
But they played very well. And
Brandon Cooks played well.
Brandon Cooks is someone you should have in your lineup every week. Who knows? I would be very nervous about Mills, with Davis Mills.
Now with Davis Mills, I don't know.
And actually, this week, Carolina, not a good matchup.
Yeah.
If you have another option other than Brandon Cooks.
Yeah. I would be scared of any Texans right now just
For
because.
Sure. And but they're
running back by committee. Yeah. They have a whole they literally are one of the deepest committees. They're like, we don't have a starting running back. It
seemed like Cleveland. Yeah, Cleveland finally realized that they should run the ball, and then once they started running the ball,
they kicked our ass.
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah, Baker didn't look great. I mean, no Odell, and then Jarvis Landry went out. So, if Odell doesn't come back, are we looking at, I
think he's just going to get a steady fucking diet of Chubb and Hunt.
Yeah,
for the most part.
That's hard to beat. It's hard to beat.
And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that there's any other pass catcher out there. I would imagine. Shit, I don't fucking know. Who knows? Who knows what's up with Odell? We thought he was going to play in week 1.
Yeah. Yeah, we thought we'd definitely see him this week. So I don't know when he's going to play. And if you drafted him, it's unfortunate.
But he's definitely, if he plays and Landry doesn't, he's more valuable.
Is he? I mean, is he Odell still?
Well,
this is a lot
you would think
of injuries.
That you would get more targets without Jarvis Landry there.
Yeah.
And vice versa. If Odell keeps not playing and when Landry comes back, because it's just an ankle sprain, I believe.
Odell?
No, Landry.
Oh, yeah, Landry, yeah. No, I think you're right. But Cleveland, like you said, is going to be a running team. They have a good defense. And
a good offensive line. Like, I mean, honestly, if you can run the fucking ball like that and you have a defense like that, why the fuck are you Baker shouldn't be throwing it more than 20 times.
You lose if he throws it more than 20 times.
For sure.
Yeah, Houston came out. They look good, but this is what I expected.
They play hard.
Davis Mills, no. And Carolina looked good.
We already got our win, so
yeah, that's true.
We already got our win.
We got our one. We'll go 1-16.
Probably beat Jacksonville again.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Guys. Jacksonville looked bad again. So then we went to Cincinnati at Chicago.
The Bears.
That was a close game. Joe Burrow tried to get him back in it. Jamar Chase looks good.
All three of the receivers.
T. Higgins. See
that Tyler Boyd.
Yeah.
He bounced back. Had a better game. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins.
It kind of took away from Joe Mixon's game. Joe Mixon didn't have as good of a game. But
Mixon I think he had like 20 touches, which is all
bad.
I don't think he did anything with them, but
I'm not hating on Cincinnati. I think that's what I took out of this game, where it's like, you're not a bad team. They beat Minnesota in week 1.
They're not a good team either, but again,
they're a 500 team, but they have things to look forward to.
An 8-1 team.
Which also, I mean, Chicago is a 500 team. I mean, Justin Fields came in and looked better.
Yeah, Dalton's hurt.
Yeah, but now they said that they expect him to play. And I'm like, but why?
To win.
But why?
He got hurt like scrambling. Like, I don't think anybody hit him.
No, it was him doing a stupid little jump out of bounds. It was one of those Jimmy Garoppolo, he tweaked his knee by doing a little, not going to get me. Like,
who was the kicker? It was Grammatica. Back in the day, remember when he jumped up to celebrate and he landed and fucking
tore his ACL. Yeah, fucking moron. Yeah, that's a real athlete.
That's what he did.
There.
He did a Grammatica.
Grammatica.
That's
Get the
funny.
Fuck out of here. But yeah,
good job, Dalton. Dalton doesn't want to be out there anyway.
No. And he shouldn't be out there. He's not good enough to be out there. I don't get the Bears, and
I don't
the
think
fucking
Nagy
guy I was playing had Allen Robinson, and he was the one where I'm looking at earlier in the week, and I'm like, shit, fuck Allen Robinson. I'm not worried about Allen Robinson. He did good. He fucking scored like 18 points. So an asshole.
Yeah.
But so
you would think that the Bears running game, if Fields plays, the running game should get better.
Maybe
passing game might go down a little bit. I don't.
I'm still question mark on Justin Fields after seeing it. I know they won the game, but it was a sloppy game.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch it.
Man, it was all right. We go to the Rams at Indianapolis. This was a fucking crazy game.
Cooper Cup.
Jesus Christ!
Don't you?
It was just Cooper Cup all fucking day.
Yeah.
All day, Cooper Cup.
They kept saying 9 loves 10.
Yeah, he fucking does.
9 loves 10.
But Indianapolis, man.
Yeah, if you picked Cooper Cup, you're happy.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, and did you?
What a funny team, Indianapolis.
Wentz has sprained
both
both of his
I don't even know how you do that.
Yeah,
how do you do that? It's unbelievable.
Is he in a wheelchair, you think?
Somebody's just rolling him around with both of them extended. Yeah. He's like, I'm a broken boy.
I can't walk.
I'm constantly a broken boy. And I don't know. I don't know about the Colts. I mean, this was
a joke. I was terribly wrong about that. I did that for my Indiana people, and
I kind of feel like the Rams defensively, they kind of missed a couple of things. The touchdowns that they gave up were like, I mean, Michael Pittman looked good, and I wanted Michael Pittman. Ben, that guy with Christian McCaffrey, he's got a good team. He got Michael Pittman. But
especially if Wentz doesn't play.
That's true, because when they brought in
do you really want an Indy pass catcher?
Whoever the fuck it was that came in, Eason. Oh man, how sad was that? They bring that Eason kid in at the very end of the game because Wentz is a pirate, and he throws an interception right away. Like second throw it's like a terrible one to Jalen Ramsay, and Jalen Ramsay runs around the entire Indianapolis stadium, fucking waving at everybody goodbye, and it's like, oh,
what a troll.
Man. Yeah, but yeah, the Rams, I feel like that was like a bad game for them, and they still came out with the win. They look really good. I think the Rams are going to. Rams in Arizona.
Henderson got hurt, so if he's out this week, Sony Michel should be a good play. Yeah. But I think they play Tampa, right?
Yes.
Which is not a great matchup.
Weird matchup. The line is even. There is no line on it. It's dead even, which is very interesting.
We'll get there.
Yeah, but I think
you're very nervous about your Colts, and you love it if you get Cooper Kupp.
I picked up Van Jefferson in my other league as a random maybe Ram that could. He seems like maybe like the fourth fiddle or whatever.
Right.
But in case one of these guys go down, and Jesus, I don't know what the problem is. Maybe Matt Stafford is racist. If you hear this, Matt Stafford, and you don't want to be thought of as a racist, throw the fucking ball to Robert Woods,
throw
bro.
it to the white boy.
Throw it to Robert Woods, you racist fuck, you KKK bitch. Damn it. Okay, so then we went to Buffalo at Miami, and
sorry, Matt.
Yeah, I'm not. Throw the ball to fucking Robert Woods, you son of a bitch.
I'll apologize. That was mean.
Buffalo stomped the dick hole out of Miami.
Miami doesn't look good.
And you know what? This was what we're worried about with Tua, is that he's a little fucking dandelion. You know, you can't blow on the guy, and he fucking went down. I mean, I know he got lit up or whatever, but dude, did you see Baker Mayfield get lit up in the Texans game? Oh my God. He threw a pick, and on the way back, a fucking defensive lineman just fucking laid him the fuck out. And Baker came back in the game, but
I know that he went to the locker room.
Yeah, he did. I mean,
that's why he went to the locker room?
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely from that. But, I mean, he came back, he played well, and Tua's a bitch. And I guess that's mine. And Jacoby Brissett did not look good.
That's it. Oh, yeah.
And it makes me like.
So you're not picking up Jacoby Brissett?
No, he did not look good.
Is there any Miami Dolphins that you're comfortable starting?
So I have Jalen Waddle. And 2 weeks in a row, he's been consistent, whereas my other receivers have not been. So I would say Devontae Parker, he's out there in our waiver wire. It's an interesting one. I don't know, especially since, how funny is this? Will Fuller sits out for personal reasons.
Now it's personal reasons.
Dude, you called it. If there is one side bet that you're ever going to make in life, you say Will Fuller misses one game for sure, just because his tampon's too full. Like, that's literally what happened in this one. He's like, I'm upset. I need a Kyrie day. I need a day to just think about things. And he's like, I can't play today. I was like, I've never been more happy that you were not fucking on the team. Whenever I saw that, I was like, get the fuck out of here, Will Fuller. Fuck you.
I mean, shit, bro. Give us 5 good games a year. Get everybody excited.
It's not enough,
and then you're done. I mean,
it's not enough. Yeah,
can't count.
Can you imagine that if he was on Tampa Bay, if he was with Tom Brady? Tom would just be like, "Are you serious? What the fuck?
If he was on Tampa Bay, he would miraculously be able to he'd stay healthy
and play all 17 games.
He'd have like 19 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's true.
Greatest receiver ever. Yeah, but he'd get on the TB12 diet.
Buffalo looked good, and I have Devin Singletary on my bench.
So who scored all their points? Because Josh Allen only threw one touchdown.
Well, defensively, I think they scored. They had a pick six.
And then Singletary had a good game, right?
Yeah, Singletary had a good game.
I think Moss actually had a decent game.
Zach Moss scored a touchdown too. So I like Buffalo going forward. They definitely turned it around from week 1 where they looked against Pittsburgh. This was like, this Buffalo. I mean, Miami's not a bad team. Other than I know that Tua went down, but they have weapons. They have good offensive players. Their defense is getting better. I see Miami being like a 500 team, but not when they play Buffalo. If it's like that with Jacoby Brissett,
I'm not real confident on any of them Miami players. No. Maybe Waddle, and because Waddle can get you that big play,
well,
and
he's going to be like their slot
ball.
guy. So I'm just hoping it's like the Sterling Shepard effect, where like
maybe Jacoby Brissett will Matt's, like Cooper Kupp, Matt Stafford kind of shit with Jalen Waddle.
Please,
maybe he loves him.
Please do, because I need all the help I can get. Then we go to New England at the Jets.
Oh, well, I was wrong about this.
Let me say,
fucking Jets suck.
The Jets do suck, but the Patriots suck too, man.
Yeah, the Patriots suck too.
But
Zach Wilson threw 9 fucking interceptions.
Which the guy I'm playing is starting New England's defense.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sitting there watching every pick, and it's like Robert Saleh, the Jets coach, is like just keeping him like Zach. He's just staring at him like, "You're gonna get yourself out of this hole, you bitch. You dug yourself in here. You get yourself out of it." And it was just
some tough love.
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible to watch because New England's defense did great, but I wasn't impressed by New England offensively.
No, nobody really scored any fantasy relevant points here, did they?
Nope. It really made me think like
I know Corey Davis didn't.
No, the Jets suck. The Jets suck. The Jets suck real bad.
That was the one I was going back, like, do I start Corey Davis or do I start Cortland Sutton? And I went with Cortland Sutton.
Jacksonville didn't do a lot other than Trevor Lawrence to, change their team. I guess Marvin Jones Jr. But if Marvin Jones Jr. is your answer to fixing your team, that's bad. And the Jets, they got Corey Davis, they got Zach Wilson, but what else did they do? What else did they do to make their team better? They're still one of the worst teams in the league. Defensively, they can't stop anybody, and I see the Jets.
I thought their defense was going to be better than what it is.
It's going to be probably the same teams being at the top again. It's going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's going to be the Jets. It's probably going to be Houston sneaking up in there this year. But I mean, it doesn't really change from year to year.
Detroit.
But you have to do this from a. You have to find guys in the draft that change your team and honestly, Cincinnati's at that point where it's like, okay, Joe Burrow is for real. He's an NFL quarterback. You have Jamar Chase now. Y'all have Joe Mixon. You're kind of building that if we can get some defensive players, we can fucking win some games.
Right.
But the Jets are not there yet.
But nobody that you really
nobody on the Jets that I want. Nobody on the Patriots. Honestly, you know who
James White.
James White had a good game.
We talked about him last week. James White.
That's a good option as long as
if you're in a PPR league, he's a solid play.
They're going to throw to him.
Flex option.
The Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels are very comfortable with him. So I like the James
Bye weeks
White.
are coming up. You'll need somebody like that.
I might actually go try to. He's on that fucking Ben's team as well. The Christian McCaffrey.
I think I play him this week.
Yeah. So then San Francisco goes to Philly. It was
also a weird game.
But it was very telling of Philly. This is who Philly is. They had some big plays. They had some moments where Jalen Reagor had a good catch, where some of the other guys had a good catch, but they're just not there yet. They're not there yet. They're going to play good teams.
When they play some good defenses, they're going to probably struggle.
Yeah, San Francisco's a good
but they'll put up some points. Dude, I think you'll be okay with your
San Francisco. What's going on in the running back room? What's in the Gatorade that the running backs are drinking? Because it's not working. It's
at least they gave Elijah Mitchell the touches until he got hurt.
Yeah. And I guess he's going to play. But some of the other ones look banged up.
Well, yeah, supposedly he came back.
Yeah.
Hastings out for
a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think that he's actually for sure going to be out for a while. Sherman's got a concussion, so
he'll probably be out for this next week.
It's very possible. But, I mean, he just got to go into the concussion protocol. So.
Yeah. But
he got lit up. It was his first NFL carry.
Yeah.
And he got a concussion.
Yeah, and fucking the guy I'm playing as Debo's. It just couldn't have gone worse.
And Deebo Samuel's legit.
Couldn't have gone worse.
Ayuk apparently got a little bit more playing time, but didn't do nothing.
But it's all Debo Samuel.
It's all Debo Samuel.
Debo seems to be the guy on that team.
Garoppolo.
But sloppy game. San Francisco won 17-11. Yeah. Then we go to the
Vegas.
I got talk about fucking Pittsburgh fucking Steelers. Without getting my juice. I need my juice to get me through this.
I don't think we can hear you, Josh.
Yeah, well. God damn it.
What were you doing over there?
I was just... There's a incense
attitude adjustment.
Incense burner that just makes me feel a little bit. I was burning some sage.
Get rid of the demons.
Pittsburgh Las Vegas game. God damn it! You know, I bet so much of my season on you fucking Steelers. And Najee looked better. There were a couple times where I stood up and screamed Najee's name, and
he's still getting the ball. He's still getting all the work.
Najee, boomaye. I chanted that for a little bit, but you know. Claypool, it just doesn't seem like he's getting those magical touchdown games that he did last year. So I bid on that a little. Deontay Johnson's getting all the looks. Juju had a better game. He got touchdowns. Yeah. So
I think, though, again, if Johnson doesn't play this week, both of those guys get a...
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to have to... I got to keep starting him because I really don't have a lot of... My bench is not doing well. A lot of the guys on my bench, like... I mean, Jacoby Meyer that I have, where I thought he was going to be the number one guy in New England, doesn't really matter because New England sucks. You know, I have James Conner. It's not a viable option. I'm not going to start him. He doesn't look good enough to start. No. Devin Singletary looked better, but Javonte Williams looked better on the Broncos. He had a better game, but it's still not enough for me to start him. So I'm so running back heavy. I fucking hate my fucking team. That's what I want to say. But no, I think... Pittsburgh struggled.
Ruggs had a good game for Vegas.
Yeah. Obviously, Darren Waller. He still loves fucking Darren Waller.
He didn't have quite the
he didn't have the same game,
but he still scored double digits.
Josh Jacobs being hurt really fucking sucks.
I really thought Kenyon Drake would have a much better, bigger role, but it didn't seem like that.
Vegas' defense is what kind of stepped up in this game. They had a much better game. They really got in Ben's face.
They touched Ben up.
Yeah, they were not letting him get first downs and stuff. So,
Vegas is 2-0 now, right?
I know, and I said how I don't believe in them, but again,
Derek Carr's playing well.
Yeah. Don't listen to me because what the fuck do I know? No, but I also think John Gruden is a good
third year now in this offense.
It's a good match for Derek Carr too, because I feel like in the past you've had guys that have kind of given Derek Carr that. Well, he's Derek Carr, you know, like, oh, yeah, it sucks or whatever.
But he's so pretty.
Gruden is, like, intense, you know? And you can see him, even when they were up, they were up like they were winning the game, and he's fucking screaming at the refs. It was awesome. And I love Gruden. I think he's a good coach. And maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong about Vegas. They are 2-0.
I mean, they're 2-0, Josh.
Yep.
They're 2-0.
What the fuck do I know? I'm 0-2. I'm 0-2 in life at this point. So then we go to New Orleans at Carolina. No, it is funny, too, when, like, you know, like all the guys at work are, like, razzing me and shit. And, I mean, it bothers me. I'm competitive. But at the same time, it's like, I don't really. Hey, I don't know if we can hear you or not, but I hear y'all wrestling around down there. Quit horse playing with each other, licking each other's poons and shit. Stop it. But you know, I don't really give that much of a fuck. You know, like I act like I do, but like it doesn't really. I'm not a broken person because of football. It's okay.
You don't have to cry yourself to sleep and shit.
It's all good. I go to sleep just fine. Okay. Actually, it's nice that I kind of turn the app off because sometimes I look at it a little too much. Sometimes I'm looking at stats and stuff a little too much. When things go wrong in fantasy football, it's nice to just put your phone down, watch football, enjoy my man Tom Brady stomp people out. And so then we go to New Orleans at Carolina, and here is the problem with Jameis Winston.
We talked about it.
This is what he does. This is why he's a 500 quarterback. Yeah. Because next week, if you have the Saints.
So start
the
Saints
against New England. He's probably going to go the fuck off. He's probably going to go off because that's what Jameis does.
Maybe not against New England, but
I don't know. I'm
though.
taking him. I'm taking New Orleans at New England because I think that. And also, this game was really telling about Carolina because
Carolina has a good defense then,
and offensively, look. It's not that you have to score 40 points. All I need you, Sam Darnold, to do is you got to throw the ball about 30 times, maybe. That's the most. That's where in a fucking shootout I'm making you throw it 30 times because we have Christian McCaffrey. Mm-hmm. We have a good defense. Mm-hmm. I think they got some in Carolina. Mm-hmm. I'm on the Carolina train. Fantasy-wise, I don't know what they offer me fantasy-wise.
Well, McCaffrey, DJ Moore,
all of the guys,
Robbie Anderson.
All the guys that you drafted, yes. Right. I'm saying out and there in the waiver wire, I don't think so. Like Chuba Hubbard is out there in some leagues. He hasn't had a great game, and I don't think he is until Christian McCaffrey goes out.
Right.
They're going to use Christian McCaffrey. So
and why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm gonna.
And then New Orleans, fucking
terrible. And
when they don't score any fucking points and you can't move the ball, you're not gonna.
But this is kind of what I smelled with some of these Saints games. Yeah. Like I just don't think the Saints have got to go
Kamara
play.
Was my
you think Tampa Bay is not gonna step it up for playing New Orleans? Oh, yeah. Even though Drew Brees is not there, Tampa Bay is gonna see New Orleans go. We got beat twice by these guys last year. They definitely were the reason why we had to be a road team. We are not fucking doing this again.
And they're probably their biggest. Well, what we thought they were their biggest competition.
No, Carolina is the biggest. Yeah, but we thought it was going to be.
It's still a rivalry, and they're still going to win. Yeah. I think Tampa Bay is going to try to stomp everybody out.
Yeah, but Carolina beat them from beginning to end. That was not even.
But nobody necessarily you want to pick up from any.
No, team, not on either team. And the Saints wide receivers are suspect. Honestly, they don't really. And the tight ends didn't do well.
Well, it does bode well when Michael Thomas comes back. Then they definitely miss him.
He'll get more touches than the rest of them, but I just don't know. Jameis be doing Jameis things.
Did you see and Cooper
Did you see the T-Rex? He was getting tackled and he did a little I don't even know. I mean, maybe it was because his arm got hit or something, but one of the fumbles just made me go, ooh, poopy, Jameis. No. But Denver then went to Jacksonville where it was
and Jacksonville sucks.
And Denver didn't impress me really. Teddy Bridgewater's but they're trying to run the ball more, which is good for my man Javonte Williams.
Played really well.
Yeah, and they have guys that will do well offensively. I think just because they're gonna be in some other. This is against Jacksonville, so
their defense is solid.
Yeah, but they're a 10.5 point favorite at home over the Jets. And I just can't. Nah. That's why I took the Jets in that.
I took the Jets too.
Yeah, so Minnesota goes to as far as waiver wire, no way, no how. I don't see anything on either. That's not true because he's right there. Tim Patrick has scored a touchdown in both games, and he got more looks in last. I think he scored 15.
I don't even know who that is.
He's on the Broncos, and with Jerry Jeudy out, he seems to be the number 2 behind Cortland Sutton.
Gotcha.
Last year he had a good year. I picked him up last year, and he did some couple of good games for me. He's definitely high on my list. Not as high as KJ Osborne, who we will get to now. And nobody on Jacksonville. Stay away from that. That is a dumpster fire. I'm probably going to end up dropping fucking Trevor Lawrence not even because I think he's playing so bad. I just think they are so bad, and they're going to get beat really bad.
They also got a fucking college coach. That doesn't ever work out.
He doesn't even want to be there. He's already talking about going back to college. I would never fucking want Urban Meyer. That bitch never wants to stay.
In college,
he's the most flaky bitch in the world.
But in college, these top coaches are kings.
Yeah.
And then they go to the fucking NFL, and they're not.
Yeah. Well,
and then you he would rather go back to somewhere like Ohio State where he loses one game.
If you're Nick Saban, and you have it made,
why would Nick Saban ever go anywhere else?
I would wonder how many meals he's paid for in Tuscaloosa. I wonder how much he actually has to pay for when he goes out. I would guess grocery stores are probably You're good, bro. Just you're good. You're good. Just we'll give you bags here. We'll bag all this up for you. Just get out of here. Keep doing your thing. I mean, a lot of those college coaches, like even in basketball, like Coach K and the
it just
Calipari,
doesn't translate. Yeah,
you're a god there. And then when Urban Meyer goes to the NFL and no one gives a fuck,
it's just a different skill set.
No one's like, well, the Jacksonville might have a chance. No, we all just looked at him, judged him, and went, yeah, y'all suck. And Urban Meyer's probably got a big ego, so it is a different ballgame when you go to the NFL.
It's huge.
Minnesota at Arizona. What a crazy game. So I start Arizona's defense. Minnesota comes out fucking and I just knew. I knew from that moment when Minnesota was fucking scoring all over Arizona and my defense is already in a bad spot. I was like, and the guy I'm playing has Kyler Murray. So Kyler Murray's playing great. It was just a shootout from the beginning. I was like, okay, so my defense is fucked.
I hope that he doesn't get hurt because he is so fun to watch.
So good. And I think this was an interesting game because I think they kind of slept on Minnesota, as I did too.
The Minnesota's offense is legit. I mean,
they are. Their defense is not good.
Three. And they can support 3 wide receivers.
Yeah.
And they have a good running back.
And you know that this was a missed extra point on this.
That's how. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
No. Was that the one that he could have won the game?
Oh, he missed to win the game.
He missed
you're
a
right,
field goal.
I'm thinking of
Yeah, he missed a field goal to win the game.
Yeah.
And to beat Arizona.
Yeah, that's right. That was a crazy game.
I think that was that one, right? I think it was.
Yeah, because Tennessee and Seattle did end on the walk-off, so that's where I'm getting this twisted up. And where was it that? So is the Kansas City Baltimore? Is that one where an extra point got missed? Somewhere an extra point got missed, and it was pretty costly. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Arizona ended up winning the game.
It could have been the Arizona-Minnesota game, but I think that was the actual one there. He had a chance to win.
DeAndre Hopkins looks amazing. I started Christian Kirk. And he actually had an okay game. I think he scored like 9 points. I'm going to keep him. Obviously, I got him off the waiver wire last week, and I'm going to keep him. But it wasn't a great game. We'll see. Arizona's going to Jacksonville next week, so I like that matchup a lot more. I think I will keep the Arizona defense and maybe go ahead and start that unless there's something else out there that kind of maybe whoever's playing Zach Wilson, Jesus Christ, Denver's defense. I don't know. But Arizona, Minnesota, great game. Okay, Rondale Moore. Yeah, Rondale Moore had a better game. He's a rookie, and it's a lot of DeAndre Hopkins though. There was another guy, another tight end, Max Williams, who had a pretty good game, but I don't know if he's worth picking up.
Did we talk about Osborne though?
Oh yeah, KJ Osborne's the top of my list. Sorry, I forgot about him.
Yeah, so now we talked about him last week because he got so many targets. Got another game where he had a good target share.
And he looked good.
He's explosive.
Yeah, he looks good.
He's a good
receiver. Yeah, I'm into it. it. He's definitely top of my list.
And it's possible also that Kirk Cousins is out there on your waiver wire.
Yeah, he's out there. He's out there in ours. I don't know. I'm not sold on that. I'm not like I honestly would feel better with one of these like Jared Goff, Daniel Jones, bad quarterbacks, or not bad, but on a bad team, than Kirk Cousins, who they might turn to Dalvin Cook if they end up beating a team. Or they're
I'd rather have Kirk Cousins than Goff, Carr, Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold.
All right,
I think
fair enough.
For me,
fair enough. I mean, he's obviously a good option if you had Tua. If you're one of those people that was like, I'm going to start Tua, I believe in it, and now he's out, probably going to be out for a while because he's made of fucking toilet paper, then you're in trouble.
Every time I watch Kyler Murray play, though, I feel like he's going to get hurt.
I'm scared for his life.
Yeah,
I'm scared for his life.
So little.
Yeah. So then we go to my guy. Oh, at 44 years old.
I thought he was our guy.
Sorry, our guy. Our guy, Tom fucking Brady. 5 touchdowns. 44 years old.
Yeah, Jesus.
Putting his dick in the mouth of Atlanta Falcons fans again and again and again.
You think he wants to be...
Hey! It was me. I'm stomping my foot. I'm excited. You're excited. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Do you think Tom wants to? Is he trying to break Manning's?
Stop. Hush.
Is he trying to break Manning's touchdown record?
Oh yeah, with Gronk.
Yeah,
he is.
Well, no, like doesn't Manning still have the season touchdown record?
Oh, yes, I believe you're right. And I don't know if that's in his mind. I think that he's got. Yeah, I mean, probably is. Hey,
he's like, watch this.
He's crazy. I mean, if you told me that that's what was going on,
he's gonna throw 50-something touchdowns.
Yeah,
60 touchdowns.
How crazy!
Year.
No, but they looked so good. And honestly, their defense is struggling a little bit. They're giving up some plays. They have some secondary that's out right now.
That's amazing.
And they scored 2 pick sixes to end that game.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, that's how that game got to 48. It wasn't from offense. It was that at the end of the game, Matt Ryan threw 2 pick sixes to the same guy.
Damn.
And both of them were tip balls at the line where that fucking defense, Vita Vea is a man. That is a huge dude that went down early last year for them, came back for the Super Bowl and played great. But that dude is really good, taking time away from Nakumden Sue. I mean, Tampa Bay is just so loaded, man. Yeah. They're so loaded. They have weapons all over the place. Offensively, they look unstoppable.
Yeah.
I mean,
play your Tampa Bay. I mean, like you might get one of them's probably. It's a chance that one of them's not going to have a good game. But
Tampa Bay at the Rams this week is very interesting. Very, very interesting game. Should be a really good game.
Should be the best game of the week, probably.
For sure. So then, as far as Tampa Bay waiver wire, I don't really see anything out there.
I don't know who would be out there that
but on the Falcons, Cordella Patterson.
Yep. Cordell Patterson
is listed as a running back, which is pretty interesting.
That's what he's been playing as a running back. That's what I was talking about him last week.
They move him around though.
But that's what I was talking about. Like when I brought him up last week, because they're giving him touches as a running back. That's a big deal because he's another dude that can break a play anytime.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I'm not against the Cordell Patterson, especially if you're struggling at running back. If you're struggling at running back, it's not a bad idea.
I almost did.
Atlanta still looked really bad. They're going to be one of the worst,
though. Like at least they're
going to be one of the worst teams in the league.
Ridley had a better game.
Yeah.
Their running backs had a better game.
They're playing the Giants this week. They could win that game. I took the Giants at home, but
Atlanta will get better.
Yeah, for sure. Kyle Pitts looked better. Things are looking better, but again, not a lot to look forward to if you're
Cordell Patterson. That's the guy.
But goddamn, so the Bucks have reached out to Richard Sherman.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Which is interesting. Sherman's a little. Oh yeah, they have a couple of cornerbacks.
I thought he was still playing for San Francisco.
No, he's a free agent. He's just out there floating around right now.
Cut then.
Yeah, and I think it's a good idea. It's another good leader that you can bring to that defense. Tampa Bay just looks so good, man. They look so good.
I mean, if Sherman wants to win another Super Bowl,
why not? The fuck? Join Tom because he's winning a fucking game.
Gronk and. Brown.
Gronk last night is on Monday Night Football doing an interview, and he talks about how, like Eli said something about how. So do you even practice on like so and so day? And Eli and Gronk is just hilarious, and he's like, no, you've got it pretty close there, Eli. I practice Thursday and Wednesday, but I don't practice on Friday because that's red zone day, and I don't need to practice on that. I just get open. Tommy finds me. It's easy. And then Peyton had a funny little moment where, by the way, the Peyton Eli Monday Night Football. It is fucking outstanding. Yeah. It is the future of fucking football. No, I shouldn't say that. It's only the future because we have found lightning in a bottle with these football
with the
royalty that is the Manning family.
How long until Cooper's on that? All three of them.
I know,
and their dad too.
They probably will bring them on, but it's an incredible way to watch football because it is what you want. If like you could sit and watch a game with the both of them.
It's got to be like sitting there watching football with the Manning brothers.
Because, dude, there are times where they break stuff down and it's like, oh, man. They just start spewing off football terminology. They're talking about when they played. Eli was talking about all the offensive coordinators that he had and how that was getting switched up on him, and it's hard to remember. You have to erase your brain. And Peyton's funny and is like, not me. I would just they got to learn my way. And Peyton's so funny, but Eli is the hidden gem on that show, man. He is fucking hilarious. Peyton said there's going to be a running play. They did a running play that gained like 1 yard, so it didn't look very good. And Eli has great timing because it's quiet, and he goes, "Yeah, you called that one. Good job, Romo." And just like they're back and forth is hilarious. Them bringing in interviews during the game is way more interesting to me, especially when because sometimes a football game can get a little you get a couple 3 and out and it's boring, or they're running the ball a little bit. They've got some penalties. Somebody gets hurt, stuff like that. So just having that, I recorded it. I was watching it when he got here. I was watching it last night. It's fantastic. I'm going to go and watch the rest of it. It's different to me than watching a normal game because it's like I'm watching a talk show at the same time. And this is the only time. So Tony Romo.
Brought to you by ESPN.
Brought to you by ESPN. Brought to you by DraftKings. ESPN or Tony Romo. ESPN. Tony Romo has got to travel to these places. He's a commentator, so he's got to go to Jacksonville. He's got to go to Seattle. He's got to go to the game. This is how big dick energy the Mannings are. They're like, no, we'll build a studio in Colorado where you live and in New Jersey where you live, Eli, and we'll just set it up. You guys will do it over Zoom. It'll look super professional. And that you're not going to get, Tony Romo's not getting that set up. They're not setting this up for 2 other guys. Mm-mm. This only works with this royal family of football royalty, and it's fucking amazing. But okay, I strayed off there. I just wanted to talk about Peyton Eli Monday Night Football. There's another option where you can watch it the normal way. I don't even know why you would do that. The fact that that's an option, you always want that optional commentary. I want that too, where Snoop Dogg's a commentator on all sports. I wish I could click that channel where it's just Snoop Dogg telling me about things. But Peyton and Eli, 2 thumbs way up. What were we on? We were
Dallas and Chargers.
Dallas at the Chargers. So that was a close game.
Chargers should have won that one.
They should have. They
had a chance.
They gave up. They had a couple of penalties that really fucked them. Again, Justin Herbert looks great. As far as you watch him throw and you're like, damn, this kid's good. He looks really good. It's not translating over to fantasy football, and it's fucking killing me.
I would urge caution patience with your Chargers.
Yeah, no
Eckler
shit.
had a good game, right?
Mike Williams.
Yeah. Had a good game.
Keenan Allen still is consistent. And, I think it's I have Trevor Lawrence as my backup, so that's not going to work. And in my other league, I have Mac Jones as my backup, so that's not going to work. So we're going to just have to ride it out with Justin Hebert. It's going to get better. Let's see, who do they got? Who do they got this next week? They got But actually, this is a good thing because Kansas City's defense is what I want to get. We'll get to when we get to the game, but they're bad. Kansas City's defense is bad. Dallas won that game. They looked a lot better. But Zeke got going.
Tony didn't have a real good game.
Yeah, because it was a Zeke and Tony Pollard show. Tony Pollard, honestly,
25 on that.
Yeah, he looked really good too. He looked explosive, more so than Zeke did. Zeke was kind of right place, right time for me for some of those touchdowns, but I still am not huge on Zeke. If Zeke was your first round pick, I still think that was a mistake. Again, what the fuck does Najee Harris, number 3 pick Josh Taylor know? It's to the point where I'm gonna have to do joke names for my team. Where every week I'm gonna have to put dog shit or some sort of fucking he knows what he's talking about. Wink wink, fucking shut the fuck up. This
Genius.
Guy, the waiver wire guy, huh? Yeah, that guy's a fucking moron.
Hey, this is your chance to show how valuable waiver wire.
This is my chance to start off really poor, have these woe is me moments, and rise from the ashes and come back, come from 0-2. and be the wild card team that comes back and fucking does it. But I really need some help. I need
Mark Cooper.
I also not only waiver wire. I think some trades. I think some trades have got to happen. I think I need to start doing some trades.
I like trades.
I like trades too. Yeah. But Dallas look better. Chargers still look good. No, they're both 1-1 now.
Both good offenses.
Yeah, both good.
I wouldn't worry about any of those guys. Nobody necessarily to pick up.
No. So then we go to Tennessee at Seattle. This was a crazy game. Seattle was winning most of that game.
Good Lord.
Seattle looked really good. They came out. Tyler fucking Lockett is killing it. Russell Wilson looks really good.
Wilson likes Lockett.
Yeah, and then they started running that rock.
Finally, yeah.
They finally
Then you give it to the fucking man.
This is who we are.
Right.
We are a fucking Derrick Henry team. It was like, yeah, finally. Why are you putting this in Ryan Tannehill's hands?
Fuck.
So then when Derrick Henry got going, the momentum shift was obvious.
And it seems to do that. They do this a lot, though, don't they?
But this is the interesting thing about Seattle.
We're not going to run it.
Seattle is not even though they looked so good week 1 and they beat Indianapolis, but that was Indianapolis. This was like, I don't know. It's like they have the ability to let the momentum completely get away from them. And as good as Russell Wilson and as good as DK Metcalf and all those guys are, they really can get they can get beat. And that's why I don't have them winning a Super Bowl. They're not scary to me to play Tampa Bay. I think they're going to be a great team. They're in that deep ass NFC West, and they still had a great game. Russell Wilson is great. I'm just saying, not a Super Bowl winning team to me because I see them too many times shit the bed.
Yeah.
And they shit the bed in this one. They let Tennessee back in this game. They were winning Seattle was up it had to be in the 20s to a single digits at one point. Seattle was up big, and they let it go. And then
50 points from Derrick Henry.
And then I gave up. And then I gave up on football. I went and laid down, and I cried. And no, I didn't. But I did take a nap, and I did just kind of say, "Fuck it, I don't even care about this night game. Who gives a shit?" And it was probably the best game, right? I watched the highlights to it, and I looked at the line obviously, and saw Lamar Jackson had that big run and the score at the end, and my guy Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Great fucking job. Really, really going to put some confidence in Andy Reid. I'm benching him next week. I got to.
Well, this is Lamar Jackson, basically won the week for me in the other league.
Yeah, and I guess Baltimore is going to have games like that, and they are playing Detroit this week, so I took Baltimore. I think they'll have a good week.
They should have another good game this week, too.
Yep. But
anybody you picking up there?
No, not really for me.
Hollywood Brown looks good.
Yeah, but that's streaky, man. I've had Hollywood Brown, and he will have games like this. There will be games and it brings up what I wanted to talk about with Kansas. Kansas City's defense is bad.
Yeah,
they're bad.
Didn't they lose
2 weeks in a row? They
lost their number 1 cornerback, right?
Yeah, they lost their cornerback, and their linebackers just aren't really much to write home about. Chris Jones is good on the defensive line, but other than that, I couldn't really tell you anybody that they have. They just if you look at what happened with Cleveland in week 1, they first of all, they were gifted that interception at the end by Baker. It was a terrible throw. But other than that, they pretty much were losing to Cleveland. I'm not sold on Kansas City. I'm not
well, they got a good they have a
good offense, but
they seem to be
they can score points in bunches at any point. But am I they're a shoo-in to win the AFC at this point? No, I'm not. Mm-mm. They are not the runaway. Mm. They're not going to be the number 1 seed by as high as I thought they were. Because I think
Texans are going to win.
All right, chill out. Chill out. But I'm not as bad on the Houstons as I was. Not with Davis Mills though.
MVP candidate Davis Mills.
Stop it.
What the fuck, man?
So then Monday night, Green Bay got it back. Actually, early on, I really thought I'm with you, man. I thought the Lions were going to win that game.
I was like, oh my God, this is going to be awesome.
They're going to fucking light this dude on fire.
Aaron Rodgers still has this dumbass look on his face. Doesn't look like he gives 2 fucks.
Well, so Peyton and Eli broke this down for me, and it's very interesting. Detroit did 2 high safeties the whole game, and it's to force you to throw the ball, which I was like, that's crazy. But he was like, no. It's genius because if you're not a balanced team, he used to say, Tony Dungy used to say it to me all the time. They would put 2 high safeties on me, and I'd be like, really, bitch? You think, okay, you want me to throw? You think I'm going to throw the ball a whole bunch and that we're not going to run the ball? Well, then I will throw on you, and I will find those windows. But he's like, no. Tony Dungy would say, they're testing you to see if you're disciplined enough to realize that, look at the 2 high safeties and run the fucking ball. And that's what Green Bay did last night. They didn't throw the ball. They ran the fucking ball. And Peyton was calling it again and again. Every time they ran the ball, he kept saying, he was like, do it. Do it. It's working. You're getting 6 or 7 yards at a time. You're getting first downs. You're scoring touchdowns off of it. If they don't bring those safeties down to help you at the line of scrimmage and stop the run, then fuck it. You do it till the cows come home. And that's right. And then in the second half, they did get to throw it a little bit more because they had set up the run
too high.
So if Green Bay does that, they'll be a much better team. Aaron Jones fucking blew it up. If you have Aaron Jones, he scored you like 40 fucking points. He was awesome.
4 touchdowns.
Yeah, and Devontae Adams had a good game. Tunyon scored a touchdown for me, so it gave me a little bit. It helped me score 100. Thank you for getting me to 100 and not being a fucking 80-point bizitch, because that's what I am at this point. And yeah, there's some good things on probably both of those teams that you could probably go find. There's probably a Detroit, if Jamal Williams is still out there. He had a good game.
Oh, did he? I didn't even look.
Yeah, he had a pretty good game. And Green Bay wise,
my boy TJ Hawkinson is fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, you called it, man. He doesn't have another. There is no other. I'm bringing up Jamal Williams as the DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams, TJ Hawkinson. That's their offense. Yeah. They don't have receivers, so TJ Hawkinson's getting a lot of looks, and you were dead on. I really slept on the tight end position. I really didn't do my research as far as like who would be a good second option. Once Waller was taken away from me right before I was going to do it, I really kind of panicked and just kind of went a different route. And maybe it's going to come back to bite me. Fantasy football is weird too, as I've definitely won some years, but I've also had years like this too. I've had years where I'm completely terrible. I don't even make the playoffs, and it's very possible.
You never know. You just don't ever fucking know.
I could be 10.
All this week has taught us is that we don't know shit.
Yeah, I don't know shit.
We don't know shit about football.
I don't know shit about football.
And nobody does. No, but you don't know what the
all the people out there and all the
just guessing.
All the talking heads get them wrong too. Colin Cowherd and Skip,
just guessing.
They all get them wrong too. Yeah,
they've just been doing it longer and they got better research than we do.
I've also thought about maybe going the opposite route of just being in complete denial and being like, no, everything I say is golden and I didn't lose anything and I'm winning and I don't know what you're talking about. And I just say it again and again until people go, okay, he's lost it. He's not here with us, so it's okay.
It's like the DraftKings thing.
Yeah, right? Brought to you by DraftKings.
Just keep us manifesting that shit.
Brought to you by, what else do I want?
Who else wants to sponsor?
Whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll take
Mountain
it.
Dew.
They do. We have so many views. We're blowing it up. No, it's very interesting with this too, because we're learning as we go. You're not going to see the whiteboard.
No more whiteboard.
I promise you that. Because the last time I sat behind it. And I was popping in and out, just giving my little take and coming back. It was fucking ridiculous. And right now we're looking at the whiteboard. It's a little more helpful. It's a little more. I think this is maybe what it was intended for. But Josh is learning. And but no, I also, did you see all the taunting flags? I just wanted to bring this up.
I honestly, because I'm working on Sundays, I don't get to see all that.
Dude, this is not a thing. You don't get to throw a flag because I made a great play on you and I stand up and went, oh,
That's what they're calling?
Yeah. On defensive players that make a stop and they get up and if you get in their face or you're like, oh, that's right, bitch, I fucking fuck you, motherfucker. Like, that's not allowed and they'll throw a flag on it. But you score in the end zone
and you can have a whole fucking choreographed
dance. And you do all your shit. Yeah. That's totally, that's all.
That's not taunting.
It's just bullshit, man. Like, I'm really like, I feel for the defensive players.
Yeah, man. The NFL hates defense.
Yeah, they hate defense.
Yeah,
and
and honestly, we all hate defense too because we want points.
I guess, but at the same time, somebody makes a good fucking play. they deserve to get up and.
Hey, I'm all about taunting.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're taking that shit out.
I want to get into hockey more.
Stop fucking hurting
next year.
feelings.
Next year, I'm gonna pick a hockey team and I'm gonna roll with them and I'm gonna watch the whole season.
Year.
And I didn't do it.
Yeah.
When does it come on? I mean,
it's because regular season hockey is so boring.
I guess
you just gotta. Hockey is good for playoffs.
Let me tell you,
the playoff hockey is amazing.
Let me tell you what doesn't get called in hockey:
taunting.
They have a blood rule.
You
get 3 minutes for a fight, and it's 5 if you draw blood.
No, it's high sticking.
No, but if you that's what the blood rule.
Right.
If you draw blood,
a high stick is a 2-minute penalty.
Blood is a part of the rules.
But it's a double penalty if there's blood.
Oh, you drew blood, you son of a bitch. But put a couple more minutes on there.
2 more minutes.
Which is hilarious that's all it is.
Fighting's always 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
It
hilarious.
doesn't matter if you draw
Did
blood.
you get in a fist fight with another guy? Go sit in there for 5 minutes. Have a timeout.
I've always said that if every other sport would adopt hockey's fighting policy, where it's like, because you can't fight unless you both want to. Like
you both go.
One guy can't go up to the other guy and just start beating the shit out of him.
No, they'll stop that.
Right.
But both of you agree. It's hilarious. The refs are like skating circles around it because it's also about when they go to the ground, they'll stop it.
As soon as it hits the ground,
you stay standing
it's over.
and you just fucking beat the shit out of each other. How amazing! Like if they did that in football, my god!
Or
basketball. Oh my god!
Basketball would be the best.
Baseball, I just can't. I want it in everything.
You want to go?
I want it in
Let's go.
everything.
And we all just wait.
Fist fights.
Everybody stands around.
Yeah. And then,
I've always said that.
He got knocked out of the game. Oh, really? How? He got in a fist fight and literally got laid the fuck out. He tried to fight Aaron Donald, and Aaron Donald killed him on the field. It was awesome. It's the Coliseum.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, the taunting.
Yeah, you would just know, like, if you take your helmet off, that's a sign of, you want to fight? Take fucking helmet off. Let's go.
At the end of the Seahawks-Tennessee game, that's why I wrote Pete Carroll in there, because Pete Carroll had a big thing. Like, they called it on a Seahawk. They called it on a Seahawk defender. And
taunting?
And it cost them where, like, it was going to be a 4th down now.
So
but
they
now
lose because of it?
I mean,
maybe.
they could have got a stop after that, but like it was a big play. It was a big momentum play. It was 3rd down. It would have been 4th down. Tennessee would have had to go for it, or they would have had to decide, like it would have been one of those.
Right.
And because they got that penalty, they got a 1st down. And it was just bullshit. Jamal Adams talked about it after the game too. Like, it is bullshit. I don't give a fuck. I don't care that you don't like that you got beat and that like you don't want people getting in each other's faces. I don't care that you don't want fights. This is a physical so you don't want fights, but I can watch Dak Prescott's fucking ankle get twisted off. Like, what? What are we talking about here? You're okay with violence only where you okay violence. So you're okay with, like, if I hit you in a nice form tackle and I really lay you the fuck out, but no helmet touches helmet, that's okay. But it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Injuries are going to happen. People are going to get in fights. Taunting's going to happen. Quit making the game not fun. It's got to be fun, and I fucking hate it. But anyways, as far as waiver wire goes, we talked about a lot of this stuff. Zach Pascal's out there, but again,
he's
who's throwing the ball for Indianapolis? I would
caution.
Yeah.
KJ Osborne definitely my top one,
yes,
and
Cordell
Patterson would be my
AJ
other
Green
one.
is out there in ours. He scored a touchdown. He's obviously the number 2 option.
Just again, there's so many mouths to feed there.
Very true. Very true.
How
They throw to Chase
consistent is he
Edmonds.
gonna be?
Edmonds.
I mean,
Is it
even
Chase Edmonds, whatever it is.
Chase Edmonds,
They
yeah.
throw to him a lot. So yeah, I have
Just don't
Devontae.
see
I have
it.
Devontae Parker as a maybe, but Jacoby
who's
Brissett
throwing
doesn't
the
look
ball?
good. So Mike Gesicki's out there because Josh is an idiot. But he didn't have a great game. But if you're looking for tight ends like Josh is, maybe I'm going to go get Gesicki back because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Some injuries that happen that are
very weak waiver wire week.
Yeah, the injury wise, Tua being out, Tyrod Taylor's probably going to be out.
No, Tyrod Taylor I think is definitely out.
Carson Wentz is out. Andy Dalton, they said he might play, and Odell I think maybe is going to play. But interesting, very interesting. So we hit kind of all the topics that I wanted to. We talked about last week's. Going into next week's, we'll just kind of run through these kind of quick. Carolina at Houston. They're a 7.5-point favorite on the road.
Carolina's going to stomp them.
Especially if it's Davis Mills. Yeah.
Play your Panthers.
Yeah, we both took. You got Carolina.
Houston's defense, I think, is better than what we thought it was going to be. But
Justin Reed is great.
Just a matter of they're just going to wear. I don't think our offense is going to be able to move the ball.
So then Washington at Buffalo. That's the Thursday night game. Is Carolina at Houston. 7.5-point dogs. I'm still going Carolina. Washington at Buffalo. They're a 9-point favorite at home. That's kind of high.
I think that's high.
As far as betting goes, I might take Washington with the points on that. But I'm picking Buffalo based on how much they stomped the shit out of Miami.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
I think Buffalo's going to win.
I think if I was betting, though, I'd take Washington.
Yeah. But it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if they beat Washington by multiple scores.
Nobody in this matchup where I'm not playing my guys because...
No, if you got Terry McLaurin, start him. If you got,
play all of them.
Yeah, play
Washington's defense doesn't look as good as we thought it was going to be, so don't be...
I'm going to start Devin Singletary because I feel like he had a good game. He had 2 good games in a row, and obviously he's their running back of choice. Zach Moss looks good, but they obviously are going with him, so I like it. Then Chicago at Cleveland. Cleveland's a 7.5-point favorite, and I like it. I think they do that. I think they in the Houston game. I think you're right. I think they kind of realized who they are, and they said, "Look, we're going to win games by Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt and playing good defense." And I think they come out and they do it early on Justin Fields. I think they get into Justin Fields' face, or if it's Andy Dalton, they fuck Andy Dalton up, but. I got Cleveland.
Yeah, and again, same difference. I don't think I'd necessarily not play the Bears.
Yeah,
that you have, or neither defense.
Cleveland's offense is going to be interesting. If Odell plays, obviously he's going to get a majority of the looks, but Jarvis Landry is going to be out. So
if Landry's out and
they say he's day to day right now, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be out. So it's going to be a weird thing. They're going to run the ball a lot. I just know
lots of Nick Chubb in the end zone this week.
Probably Kareem Hunt too. Fucking honor. God damn it. So Baltimore at Detroit.
Did we both pick Cleveland in that one?
Yeah, I mean, I
want to take Chicago, but I think I'm taking Cleveland.
Yeah, I took Cleveland. Okay. Baltimore at Detroit. Now Detroit they don't look terrible. I don't have.
You don't have a spread up there. Is this a pick'em game?
There wasn't. It wasn't listed.
No spread on that game.
I doubt that.
Thought Baltimore would.
Yeah, I'm sure Baltimore's a favorite, but there wasn't one on there. Tampa Bay's was even, and then there wasn't one on Miami or Vegas either. I don't know why, but ESPN just didn't have one listed on there. I didn't go look at another website to try to find out, though. So this is just... But Baltimore should win that game, especially because...
Detroit can't stop the run.
They can't stop the run, and they can't stop... They can't stop Lamar Jackson either. They don't have anybody fast enough to keep up with him. And maybe I'm wrong about Baltimore. Maybe they turn this around and maybe they have a good season. But I have them winning this game on the road.
I'm taking both. Yeah, I'm taking both.
But your Detroit Lions should still have a good game. But Baltimore's defense gives up stuff, and T.J. Hawkinson's going to do well.
Yeah,
and I think you're right. So Indianapolis at Tennessee. I'm taking Tennessee at home. Indianapolis looks terrible. Yeah. I believe his name is Eason. I think Jay Eason is going to be their quarterback. No fucking idea.
You don't love it.
No.
I think Tennessee just hopefully Tennessee.
Oh, they're going to run the ball.
That they are also a running team.
Well, you got Julio Jones,
who also had a good game.
And I think that it kind of, when you got Julio Jones, it might have made Mike Vrabel be like, I can't just be a Derrick Henry team. Like, I have to be more than that. But at the end of that game, Mike Vrabel was like, nah, we're a Derrick Henry team.
It starts. Everything works off of Derrick Henry.
We might as well be in the Wildcat, because I swear to God, Ryan Tannehill's not touching this ball here at the end of this game.
You have a fucking man.
Yeah.
A man. Which
Dalvin Cook got banged up.
Scary man.
Dalvin Cook got banged up a little bit in the Minnesota game, and Derrick Henry did not, but he was bleeding. His arm was all bleeding, and I know he's a man child. I get it, but there's some wear there.
Yeah, next season maybe. But not right now. Run fucking Derrick Henry
and draft Najee Harris at number 3. Don't listen to me. What the fuck? Tennessee's
definitely gonna win that game.
Though. Yeah. So then Chargers go to Kansas City. What an interesting game, right? The Kansas City's a 6.5 point favorite. It's why I have circled the Chargers on there. It's mostly for the betting side of things because I think 6.5 I think they're going to be in another close game, just like Kansas City has been in the last 2 weeks. Kansas City's defense is bad, and they're going to give up points. They're going to score points. It's going to be a shootout. God, I hope it's a shootout. Please, Justin Hebert, get into a shootout. Please don't run the ball. Please throw the ball like a maniac. And I'm going to take the Chargers mostly, and also because I'm rooting for Hebert. Go Hebert.
That's an interesting game, but honestly, I think KC could be 0-2.
Yeah, and they could lose this game too.
Damn, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take KC.
You're starting all your people in this game.
Start them all. Except for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Are you gonna start him?
No, fuck no. I'm gonna see if anybody wants him. I think he's.
Who are you gonna put instead? If Josh Jacobs
Devin Singletary. Yeah, I'm gonna go Najee and Devin Singletary, and then start all receivers, and maybe go Christian Kirk. Maybe do Jalen Waddle.
Your team sucks, bro.
Shit.
Your team sucks.
New Orleans at New England. I'm going New Orleans. I think it's the Jameis back and forth. You know, he goes good, bad, good.
So this
bad,
is good Jameis week.
This is good Jameis.
I'm gonna take New Orleans also. I feel like this is, like there's a surprise game every week. This one feels like that to me, but
New England is not New England of years past. Let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
Like Bill Belichick doesn't have the guy anymore. Mac Jones is not the guy. He doesn't look that good.
So who does Bill Belichick try to eliminate here? Kamara? He'd be your only, like, your best option, right?
Yeah, I guess. But the problem with Kamara is that if you turn him into a throwing team, he can throw to Kamara.
Yeah.
So I might try to turn them into a running team and say, like, I don't want Jameis to throw. But again, I don't know.
I mean, want him to throw. Who fucking knows?
Yeah,
I'll take New Orleans too, though. Yeah.
New England's a 3-point favorite, but I'm going to take New Orleans.
I don't like any of the Patriots.
Nah. Other than James White. James White's solid.
White, yeah.
And obviously you're going to start Kamara. And I guess if Michael Thomas comes back, maybe you'll give that a go.
He can't come back until week 7.
Jesus Christ. All right, so then Atlanta at the Giants. This is going to be a trash-ass game with two trash-ass teams.
Are you going to take the Giants?
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Giants. Daniel Jones looked better in that game, to be honest.
Take Atlanta.
All right. Honestly, who gives a fuck, right?
Who does give a fuck?
Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
I hope they don't show this on the Red Zone because I'm going to be pissed if they're showing a bunch of Giants and Falcons games. I'm going to be like,
the best
stop
game of the
it.
week.
Brought to you by the Red Zone. So then, so I guess you can start Sterling Shepard if you're feeling wild.
Sterling Shepard is
Calvin
the number
Ridley.
one target. I mean,
whatever.
And fuck.
Again, that's the who gives a shit game of the week.
Yeah, Saquon maybe as a flex.
Nah. If you drafted Saquon, you fucked up. Saquon's
you must
not
have been on auto draft.
Yeah, well, then wherever you got him, whether you auto drafted him or you chose it, you made a mistake. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. This is going to be a good game.
Oh, you're taking Pittsburgh?
I got to take Pittsburgh in every fucking week because it is what has my entire fantasy football is based on whether or not Najee fucking Harris and Chase Claypool will go the fuck off.
I think
please.
I'm taking Cincinnati in this one.
Cincinnati's a good team, and I'm not against what you're saying. I think not JJ.
TJ Watt got hurt.
Yeah. But I think he's going to play.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, they said he's probably going to play.
Groin or something?
Yeah, he's growing.
He's growing.
4.5 point favorite at home.
Taking Cincy.
I hear you. I don't know if 4.5 is realistic either. It might be a closer game than that, but interesting game.
Hopefully they get into a shootout.
Yeah.
Hopefully Deontay Johnson plays.
Hopefully fucking Chase Claypool catches a fucking touchdown for
maybe
once.
Ben will Yeah,
so
we're
starting pretty much everybody.
Start everybody. Nobody
Cincinnati
that you're worried about.
Yeah.
All
Arizona at Jacksonville. Jacksonville sucks. Arizona's really good.
That's a big line that I would still probably bet on.
7.5 point dogs or 7.5 point
favorites
road favorites. I'm definitely taking Arizona in this.
Still take Arizona, yeah.
I think I'm going to start Arizona's defense.
Yeah, I would keep Arizona's defense for one more week.
I think, I'm going to give it a try. Unless there's something else out there. But, I mean, honestly, other than I'm pretty sure the Broncos defense is picked up. Because
I have the Broncos defense.
Yeah, and they're playing old Zach Wilson. So if Zach Wilson's going to be throwing 4 interceptions a game, you go ahead and start that because that looks good to me. Tennessee's defense might be out there. That's interesting because Indianapolis is also going to throw some interceptions with Jack Eason or whatever the fuck Jay is. Joseph Eason, Jeremiah Eason, whatever your fucking name is. Arizona, though, they should go the fuck off. I don't trust a lot of Jacksonville. James Robinson didn't have a very good game.
He's not getting the volume that he was getting last year.
Because now you got Trevor Lawrence.
And Carlos Hyde's there.
Yeah, now you got a quarterback that you got to make happy. You got to at least try to throw the ball.
Yeah, and like Chenault and Marvin Jones and
Arizona wins by a lot. I like that game for my guy, and maybe it makes me start Christian Kirk over Jalen Waddle. I don't know. My team sucks donkey dick, so it really doesn't matter. You know how I said, who gives a fuck about Atlanta and New York Giants? That's how people must feel when Brady's balls comes to town. When Brady's balls come, like, great, automatic win. Yeah. Fucking
win.
Hell.
Josh is gonna be the guy that doesn't set his lineup halfway through the season.
I'm gonna have to be.
So
who gives a shit? The Jets at Denver, and they are a 10.5 point favorite.
So are you picking the Jets here to win the game?
No,
or just to cover?
This is definitely because of the fucking points. I circled it merely because I thought.
Okay, so you think Denver's gonna win, but
Denver's probably gonna win the game.
Cover.
But the Jets are gonna cover 10.5 points.
I would think so. Denver's not.
What do they see out of Denver?
Yeah.
What happened in Denver that I missed that I was like, oh, yeah, those guys are monsters. Like,
they're going to whoop the shit out of them.
They're not whooping the shit out of anybody.
The Jets are going to be high as fuck.
The Broncos will win the game, but I just don't see the 10.5. I see the Jets being more.
I'm a little worried about starting Corey Davis this week because of Denver's
also
cornerbacks.
Think the Jets probably bounce back from that bad week. You know, he's a young quarterback. They're going to bounce back and. Who knows? Maybe the Jets do win that game because Denver sees this as maybe they'll sleep on them and it'll be a trap game for them.
There's always a couple, you know.
Yeah, I would start your Cortland Sutton.
Cortland Sutton. As long as Jerry Jeudy's out, Cortland Sutton's
But other than that, not a lot to look forward to.
And you can start Fant.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because the Jets' defense is not very good. Then we go to Miami at Vegas. I took Vegas in this because I've obviously been wrong, and if it's not Tua and it's Jacoby Brissett, that's going to be bad look. So, I'm going to take Vegas there. There wasn't a point spread, but I'm assuming Vegas is a favorite, especially with no Tua.
And it's at home.
Yeah, it's at home, too. So they should win probably by a lot. I hope if Josh Jacobs comes back, I don't have another flex issue. I will just start Josh Jacobs in my other flex.
Yeah.
But... Fuck.
And I think he was close to playing this week. I don't think that he was.
Right now, they have him listed as playing.
Right. Like, I think that he was. There was a possibility that he played this week.
Yeah.
And so I don't.
So my hope is that Josh Jacobs comes back. He plays really well.
Watch his practice levels. If he practices throughout the week,
if he's playing, I'm going to start him. If he's playing, he's my other flex spot, and I'm going to start him. But So then we go to Tampa Bay at the Rams. This is the best game of the week, hands down. Maybe San Fran and Green Bay turns out to be a good game, but Tampa Bay at the Rams is the best as far as like. Teams that have looked good and teams that are both going to be high seeds at the end. This is potential for NFC Championship rematch. Of course, who am I going to take?
You're taking Tampa Bay.
Notice how it says TB on there. I love that. I'm taking Tom Brady. I'm taking Tom Brady. Spoiler alert. Tampa Bay this year, I'm going to take them in every single fucking game. I'm taking them for 17-0. So, and that's me being a homer. That's why you can't trust me. It's why I bet with my heart.
Does Gronk get 2 more touchdowns?
Man, I'll tell you what it is about Gronk in the red zone. He gets into these perfect little, like, he's so good at finding that window. He's not fast, but he just sits right in that, like his second one where he's falling down. Tom loves it. Tom loves that little window, that little side, almost to the edge,
he can catch it.
where only he can catch it. I think he is going after the Marvin Harrison, Peyton Manning. Yeah, they're only off by I think they're only off by a couple of touchdowns. They're pretty close.
So that one they're definitely
going after that.
Did you watch that commercial?
Yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny. Yeah, especially
and Gronk's coming with me.
Gronk is hilarious. And yeah, that commercial was really funny, and not at all how it went down, but that was funny. Tampa Bay, start him up. I might not start things like Antonio Brown maybe in this one.
So does Ramsay shadow the other team's best receiver, or does he just stay on one side of the field?
He usually gets put on their best receiver.
So is he shadowing Evans?
I believe so.
So
hopefully Godwin's got a better game for me.
Start Evans?
But, Evans, even last week, 2 touchdowns. It'd
be hard to not start him, right? Like, that'd be a ballsy call to not start
I think you got to start him.
With all the touchdowns fucking getting thrown around on that team, I would start.
And hopefully this is a shootout. I mean, for my Robert Woods and for just Tom Brady in general, I hope it is a shootout. I think
once teams start scheming more to stop Cooper Kupp, they're going to have to throw it more to Woods.
Which the Tampa Bay has a defense that could slow Cooper Kupp down.
Right.
They do. So, hopefully Robert Woods gets more touches.
He gets lit up over the
God, I hope so. Break his fucking leg because I'm fucking over it. And that's the other thing, too, about fantasy football. I'm wishing
Cooper
death upon these other poor people.
That was one of the things that I didn't
rip his head off, and it's because I just want the other guy to get more touches.
Yeah,
I want to win. It's crazy.
I just want to win. Fuck everyone else.
Yeah, I know. And then Seattle.
I just want to be right. Hold on, I'm picking the Rams.
Okay,
taking it. Taking the Rams.
That's going to be a good game, and Tampa Bay could definitely lose that game. But I got to go Tom Brady every single week. Seattle at Minnesota.
This is going to be a good game, too.
Good game. This
should be a high-scoring game.
They're a 1-point favorite on the road, Seattle is. I'm going to take Seattle.
That's a tough one.
I haven't really seen Minnesota. Obviously, they've lost 2 close games. They lost in overtime to Cincinnati, and now they lost this game where, like you said, they kicked that field goal and they could have won, but they lost. And Seattle has looked really good offensively. Defensively, but I just don't. I don't know. I think they get into a back and forth, and I think Seattle figures it out.
Scoring game.
Yep.
I'm gonna take Minnesota.
You're starting them all.
I'm taking Minnesota.
Okay. You're starting.
Start them all. Start KJ Osborne too. If you get
KJ, give him a start because I think that he has a good game.
Put him in that flex spot.
Yeah. And then the night game on Sunday is Green Bay at San Francisco. It's a good one. Green Bay just bounced back. We'll see if they can do it against a better team, a better defense. I don't think so. I think San Francisco, 3.5-point favorite at home. I think San Francisco, even with all their running back woes, they still ended up winning that game in Philly. On the road, Jimmy G actually is doing okay right now. He's not turning the ball over. He's, they'll figure it out. They'll find some fucking running back.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan's a good coach.
Yeah, and I think with Green Bay, I mean,
we just don't know.
I just don't know. There's too many question marks on it.
Yeah.
I'm scared of starting Robert Tonyan again. I think I need to go find something tight end wise this week. It might be where I do go make trades. I'll take Noah Fant. I'll take any tight end help I can get because I picked up Njoku on a random. Josh Jacobs went out, so I had a random spot, and he didn't do shit. So I can't rely on that. And maybe I can go get Gesicki. I don't know, but yeah, San Francisco start Deebo Samuel. I don't know about Ayuk.
Yeah, I wouldn't start Ayuk yet.
I don't know about any of their running backs because who the fuck
Samuel's
knows?
Honestly the only one that I would start.
Yeah, because
if Elijah Mitchell plays, then I would I think that you could start him confidently because he's the one that they're giving the touches to. But fuck.
George Kittle will get he'll get more touches.
You gotta play George Kittle, but
because you're probably confident with it.
Yeah, I'm probably nervous.
He's up and down.
I bet you people that got George Kittle are a little bit more pissed off at the tight end position than you are.
Your TJ Hawkinson has kind of moved into that 3 spot for me because it's Travis Kelce and Darren Waller. They're obviously the number ones, but
Hawkinson's a third, and honestly, I don't think there's not Gronk. Sorry, Gronk.
Is he 4?
Right now, he's fucking 2.
I just laugh when I see, like, when I watched the Tampa Bay game this week and it was like they just walked down the field and scored. It's like, this dude is 44 years old. Yeah. And I mean, think about this. Who do you think's going to retire first? I'll just go through a couple of them.
All right.
Okay, so obviously I'm saying Brady and Aaron Rodgers. Ben Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger might retire halfway through the season. Ryan's a little bit younger than the other 2 guys, though, isn't he?
I still ask it. I still have to ask that question.
That's a little bit closer, but probably top. I don't think it's even a joke.
You have to question it.
I don't think it's a joke that when they asked if he could play to 50, that he started going.
It wasn't a joke. He went, I think I probably can.
Yeah. I think that's his new mark. I think he plays he wants to play till he's 50. That would be. Could you imagine,
dude,
a 50-year-old
just out there
starting a fucking NFL game?
Dude, his arm strength is still there. Yeah. It's still good. He's still got it.
Keep waiting on that drop off.
Yeah. Where's it at, Max fucking Kellerman?
Yeah, okay. So I would, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Mahomes retired before Brady.
Okay, I'll go some of the other ones that are kind of like journeymen.
Stafford?
Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick should retire first.
That's crazy. He came in as
he's almost 40.
He came in as a backup to Tom Brady at some point and has had a good career.
Stafford. What about Stafford?
Oh,
he's probably gonna retire first too.
I mean, he's way younger than the other ones. Were like as far as Matt Ryan, Roethlisberger, like those guys.
Stafford's got to be the same age.
Really,
as
you think so? As Matt Ryan, maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
He's in his mid-30s.
He's on the bubble, too. I think a lot of it is, too, that these guys make a lot more money nowadays. They don't need this. Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to fucking do this. He obviously doesn't want to do this.
They're not psychos like fucking
They're not
Brady.
crazy people like him.
Yeah.
Giselle Bundchen over there playing with their little beautiful supermodel pussy, and he's like, I have film to watch.
Doesn't want it.
What's wrong with you, lady? Don't you know I have film to watch? So
if you can do it while I watch film, then yes, you can have some dick.
I bet that he does bang her and like he's watching film like off to the side. I bet he does. So San Francisco. I'm going to take San Francisco at home.
That's a tough one. I gotta do it. I don't trust Green Bay.
Yeah. Then we go to Monday night, which is Philly at Dallas. A little divisional game.
It's actually not a bad game.
Not a bad game at all. I'm taking Philly. On the upset. I know it's an upset. I know Dallas should win. I know they're a 4-point favorite. But I'm going to take Philly. Just because it's divisional. I think they play hard. There were moments in that San Francisco game that were promising for them. They have a good young core of Jalen Reagor and Devontae Smith. And Dallas Goedert is playing well. Off Miles Sanders. I believe in the Philly offense. It's a matter of can they stop can they stop Dak and Zeke? And
it's a good game, honestly.
It's a good game.
I'll take Dallas just for the fuck of it.
Yeah, why not?
They're at home.
No, and I know they should win that game. Like I'm obviously taking the underdog in this game, but I think Philly's going to win.
Who's Buffalo playing? So then I have a decision because Dallas's defense isn't really that good. Jalen Hurts against Dallas or Josh Allen at Washington?
Are those your defenses?
No, those are my quarterbacks.
Oh, your quarterbacks. No, you got to go Josh Allen.
Go Josh Allen.
You drafted him too high.
Yeah,
he's got.
I'm gonna.
He's got to be your guy. So those are the games for the week. Obviously, you're going to start your Cowboys. You're going to start the receivers. You're going to start Zeke. Start Tony Pollard.
I was going to say, you might even start Tony Pollard in the flex.
Yeah.
If they're going to use him like that.
I'd start a lot of those Eagles, too. I would start Devontae Smith and Jalen Rieger. They both had 2 good games back-to-back. Devontae Smith scored a touchdown again, didn't he? Or no, was that Goddard? I don't know. But yeah.
I don't know. I don't think Rieger had a very good game, but
he had a good he had a good catch that got called back. It was like a 60-yard catch and run, and then he had another one that it was a big long bomb that counted. So I saw those 2 plays, and both those 2 plays made me go, these guys are good. These guys are good. They're going to get there. They're just not this year. Right. I mean, they're not going to win this year. But with Jalen Hurts and Jalen Hurts is honestly, as far as like the young quarterbacks, and we can talk about that here, where I made a top 10. I love the list. Top 10 right now. Top 10 all time. Top 10 this. Top 10 that. I love it. So I threw on some top 10 quarterbacks on here just so that I can briefly tell you where I'm at.
So here's my thing, though. I don't think you can. When I did mine, I did all time. I only put the guys that weren't playing anymore.
No. Because a lot of these guys are. No, because Drew Brees is the top quarterback of all time. And to me, Ben Roethlisberger is too.
Yeah, but they're still playing.
Yeah, I mean, so is Brady, but he's still the best of all time.
He's the best currently playing.
No. All
right.
All time meaning, like, if they stopped right now, if all these guys weren't playing right now and they just stopped, this is my list. But let's do top 10 of right now.
Okay.
So my top 10 of right now, I'm going to start at 10, is Jalen Hurts. There are some other people that I'm leaving off of that, like Kirk Cousins. I'm leaving off. I don't know if there's really anybody else that I'm absolutely. I wish
I had my list with me.
Well, after that, we're going younger with Justin Herbert, and he's my number 9. But number 8 is Dak Prescott. Number 7 is Matt Stafford. Number 6 is Aaron Rodgers, and I know people think he should be higher than that, but I'm basing this a lot of what's going on right now and who's playing well right now. And Aaron Rodgers doesn't even look like he wants to be here, but obviously his talent.
He's still talented.
I've got to put him on there. So he's number 6 to me. Number 5, I'm going Russell Wilson. Number 4, I'm going Kyler Murray. 3, Josh Allen. Number 2 is Patrick Mahomes, because number 1, always and forever, at 44 years young, is Thomas Edward Brady.
So you think Tom Brady is the best quarterback?
I think right now, if I ask the Kansas City Chiefs, hey, listen, you can keep Patrick Mahomes, but I have this opportunity where you can get Tom Brady for 1 year. And for this season, you can either have Patrick Mahomes start and you can keep Tom Brady on the bench as a coach, or you can start Tom Brady and keep Patrick Mahomes on the bench and keep him for next year, but you get 1 year. You get 1 year, you get to start one quarterback. What you going to do, Andy Reid? He's starting Tom Brady. And I'll go to, and I started with the Kansas City Chiefs because that's the hardest one for me to say that on, but I swear to God, you could go through every single fucking team, and every team is going to tell you exactly what I just said. Seattle Seahawks right now, as good as Russell Wilson is playing, Pete Carroll would go, Russ, listen, you're a young guy. Give me a year. Give me a year. Just give me 1 year with this guy. Just let me have 1 year with this guy. And it makes you look like San Francisco. Apparently, that's where this fucking Tom Brady wanted to go.
He wanted to go to
That was his first call. That's where he's from. It's the same thing as Tampa Bay. Yeah. Good defense, weapons all over the place, running backs. He was like, yeah, that looks great. I can win with them. And he went there, and they said, that's the one that he was talking about on the barbershop thing where he said, y'all are sticking with that motherfucker? He's talking about Jimmy G. I mean, he's never confirmed this, but I guarantee you that he's talking about Jimmy G, and he said, really? He's either talking about San Francisco or Vegas, because both of those make sense as far as like good teams that he would have wanted to go to that have everything around them. Yeah. But just need a quarterback. So he either was talking about Derek Carr or Jimmy G. I think he was talking about Jimmy G. How fucking hilarious. And I swear to God, Kyle Shanahan, they come to you with my scenario and they say, look, you can keep your quarterbacks. You can keep Trey Lance and Jimmy G, or you can run through this season with Tom Brady. What you going to do? Kyle Shanahan's like, oh, shit, please let me have that 44-year-old. They all want him. Every team would take him. It's why he's the best. It's why he's the MVP. He should be it's just like LeBron. He should be the MVP every year because there is nobody like Tom Brady. Shit. Tom Brady has surpassed every athlete we've ever known.
Yeah.
Ever. There's no such thing as a Tom Brady that you can find. It'll never happen again. It'll never happen again. You're never going to find somebody. You're not going to find somebody in the 6th round anymore. You're not going to find somebody that looks as unathletic as he is, that has the mental fucking fortitude to be like, I'm going to be better than what everybody thinks I'm going to be.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. So obviously I'm being a little biased on it, and I obviously know Patrick Mahomes is unbelievable. So is Josh Allen and all these young guys, all these people that I'm putting on this list. Dak Prescott.
So what about Lamar Jackson?
No, Lamar Jackson's not on my list, and it's for the reasons I'm talking about. You can't be this
Matt Ryan.
Oh no, Matt Ryan has fallen off drastically, and this is a bad start for Matt Ryan. This is a very bad start. Fantasy wise, you don't touch Matt Ryan. You know.
If Deshaun Watson was playing, would he be on that list?
Yeah. He would be probably ahead of Rodgers.
Yeah, I was going to say
probably ahead of Rodgers. Because I can't put him ahead of Wilson, Kyler Murray, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, or Brady right now.
Probably not.
But he has the talent of a top 5 quarterback at all times. And Deshaun, he's on my list. It's interesting what the Texans are doing. I honestly think it's because this isn't the NBA, and I can tell Deshaun to go fuck himself. Yeah. I can tell him, I don't give a fuck what you want, bro. Mm-hmm. You signed this contract. Also, I heard if he does end up missing the season because of suspension or whatever, they could possibly get another year back on this contract. Mm-hmm. So they could get another year out of it. They have the full 4 years and then the 2 years where they could tag him. They have 6 years of this guy's life. If they turn this team around, they have their first round pick this year. I kind of think the Texans are on the side of like, maybe we just tell this guy, either you play for us or you retire, because I'm not going to watch you go and win a Super Bowl with somebody else. Because honestly, if he goes to Miami, which they're rumoring, they could potentially in a couple of years be a Super Bowl championship team. Yeah. If he goes to Washington or one of these Indianapolis, one of these teams that needs a quarterback, he could turn that fucking team around, because he look what he did to our team. He took us to playoff games. He won a playoff game. I mean,
we didn't.
Yeah. So he would definitely be on my top 5 list if he was playing, but dude's got to get his dick sucked. So he was like,
Who doesn't?
Players got to play. He's got to get that sucky.
Dick's got to get sucked.
Dick's got to get sucked.
They got to get sucked.
So then let's go to my top 10 all-time list, which obviously you're saying you didn't do it this way.
I guess I just...
But, so wait, the only people that I have currently playing are just 2 of them here, is my 10 and 1. So at number 10, I had to do a caveat, I guess 10 and 11, is Troy Aikman and Ben Roethlisberger. Obviously, I think Aikman's probably a little more established and maybe a little more than Roethlisberger. But man, you remember when Roethlisberger came on? I mean, his rookie year? Was that his rookie year that they won that first Super Bowl? Or his second year?
He was pretty young.
Yeah. And he just he kind of changed the game because he was so big. I mean, I remember early on where fucking defensive ends are trying to drag him to the ground.
Hanging on him.
Couldn't even fucking pull him down. He's still throwing fucking, I mean, he's so banged up because you literally, it wasn't like hit him like he's a quarterback. It was like hit him like he's a fucking lineman. Like you had to light him up to try to get him to go down. Yeah. And he was won 2 Super Bowls.
He's good.
He's very good. And obviously Troy Aikman's really great too. But number 9, I have John Elway. Yep. Number 8, I have Roger Staubach. I don't like a lot of older players. I'm very biased towards evolution and believing that we get better as we get older. But when I watch Roger Staubach film, when I watch footage of Roger Staubach, it blows my fucking mind.
Yeah.
That dude was not very big. He didn't look like a super jacked, he was like a pretty normal looking guy, which brings me to the next guy, Steve Young. Kind of the same thing with Steve Young. He's my number 7. Both of those guys, the fact that they were able to run around, play in this game that is super violent, had good arms, good leadership qualities. I liked Roger Staubach a lot. I'm not a big Cowgirls fan, but, I mean, it's hard to not.
Yeah, he was on mine just because I figured I had to put a couple older people that I never really watched play on there.
Yeah, I'm not going to put dudes that played back in the fucking 40s and
the only other one that I had on there was, fuck. Of course my brain wants to do that. The Colts.
Unitas?
Yeah.
No. See, but I don't think... See, when I watched Unitas footage, it's like, you're getting washed. You're getting washed by these fucking by Aaron Donald and some of these some of these guys are getting killed. But I think Staubach, he could have been an interesting Staubach and Steve Young.
Tarkington, you ever watched Tarkington?
Yeah, that was interesting. He's not as talented as Staubach, and he obviously didn't win as much as Staubach. Right. But anyways, Staubach, Steve Young, Dan Marino, number 6, number 5, Drew Brees.
Got no problem with that.
Drew Brees, man. I mean, Jesus Christ. I think I would put
Brees ahead of Favre, honestly.
I love Brett Favre, though. I was such a Brett Favre kid growing up. Like, growing up, watching Brett Favre was like, wow, this fucking dude doesn't give a shit.
No,
he just threw an interception. His next throw is a 40-yard bomb.
Talk about short,
Oh, he had no memory.
Yeah,
he was like, I don't give
memory.
Also, like, you remember the end of his career? Like, he was a masochist, bro. They would be the Saints literally bounty gate trying to kill him, and he just kept going back out there, He was unbelievable. Love Brett Favre. I'm always gonna love Brett Favre. And Brees, Peyton, Tom Brady, Dan Marino. Well, Dan Marino's at the same time as him, and Dan Marino, you put him on there because the yards that he put up, and the same thing with Favre. The yards that he put up at that time, the amount of offense that dude created, it just wasn't happening at that time. There used to be a much more run heavy.
Yeah, Marino definitely changed.
Marino too, yeah. And then 3 is Peyton Manning. I could listen to the argument of what you want to put him at number 2 above.
He is number 2.
Yeah, and I totally understand that. I'm putting Joe Montana there out of the Super Bowl respect, out of the fact that he did do it. But I put a lot of caveats on Joe Montana. I'm putting him at number 2 out of a lot of respect. In all reality, to me, he's probably closer to number 5. He's probably closer. I like Peyton Manning and Brett Favre more as quarterbacks. When I watch them play, Peyton Manning, the dude was a coach on the field.
Manning was awesome. And I also got to watch. Well, maybe I'm a little biased too. He was my favorite quarterback.
No, and you're absolutely right. Peyton Manning. Like I said, this Peyton versus an Eli on Monday Night Football, it only works with Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
You do this with other people. Honestly, even with Brady, I don't know. Brady might be too boring. He's not as funny as Peyton. He's not as, Peyton can do this because the knowledge is there, but he's also funny. Right, Tom Brady has the same knowledge. He would be able to sit there and break down film and it would be amazing. He's not funny. It's not the same thing. So as far as Monday Night Football things, this is lightning in a bottle. Peyton is perfect for this because the knowledge is so deep. There was an interview that I watched of Eli talking about Peyton, and he said that when he went to Tennessee, when he was in high school, he was a sophomore in high school, he was getting good at being a quarterback. It would look like that was going to be his thing too. So he went up to the University of Tennessee where he was a junior or a senior at the time, or Peyton was a junior or senior. And he was like, he's a young kid. He's in high school. He's like, my brother's going to show me some bitches. This is not what he said, but he's like, we're going to see some girls. We're going to go to some parties. Nah, that dude went to his practice, went to class, and then at night was at home fucking on an old school VCR fucking thing, watching tape and watching tape and watching tape. And Eli was like, this is what you do? And he was like, yeah, this is what I do. And this is how I'm going to be one of the best because I'm going to study so much more than the other guy. And when I walk up to the line, I'm going to call the defense out and they're going to go, oh shit, he just called our play. And so, yeah.
He did. And he fucking did.
He did it all the time. The time.
I remember I would always go, the Texans, my father-in-law had Texans like season tickets. And so I would always get to go to the Colts game. And so, yeah, I would go watch Peyton destroy
Ray
us.
Lewis has a great thing about playing Peyton and Tom Brady where, I mean, Peyton or Ray Lewis and Ed Reed, they used to have a thing where they would walk up, they would walk up, do the thing. Obviously, it would get called out, but you can't panic. The way you beat Peyton and Tom Brady is that you don't change the play, you don't panic, you don't run around because they just called it. You go, yes, you're goddamn right. We're rushing, we're blitzing. You're motherfucking right we are, and that's how we're gonna stop you. Is that I got better guys than you, and it only worked a couple of times for him, but that is how you beat. That is, and I mean that's how the Patriots would beat Peyton. Is that they wouldn't stray from the plan. Right. Even though Peyton calls you out, you got to stick to it. And Peyton would freak a lot of bad teams out because he would walk up, he'd call out your defense, and you'd go, oh shit. Maybe we should call something else. He'd be like, oh, good. Are you going to really not know what to do? Because now I'm going to definitely pick you apart.
And what really always stood out to me watching it live, especially, was just how fast they get rid of the ball. Like, you couldn't, there's no such thing as a fucking pass rush because the ball ain't going to be there that long.
Yeah, and that brings us to number one. That brings us to...
Who's number one?
Who? Obviously, it's Aaron Rodgers. No. It's the man. It's TB12. And getting rid of the ball fast.
So Brady's the number one. He's the best quarterback of all time.
I mean, why are you asking it like that? You're saying it like
That's what you're saying.
No, that's what you're saying. That's what everybody's saying. That's what the world is saying.
Right.
We've all accepted it.
Right.
This motherfucker's gonna play till he's 50.
Right.
He could win. He could win. Fucking. He might want to be TB12 at 112. He's like, yeah. You know what? Actually, I started looking around at champions, and I was like, Bill Russell, I'm coming for your ass. And if that's the case, if he ever says that, if what I just said ever comes out of that man's mouth, that he was like, yeah, I saw Bill Russell's record, and I was like, I really want to beat that.
He got 10.
This is not realistic. Bill Russell played when there was like 6 teams, and he was the only 7-foot black guy. Him and Wilt were the only 7-foot black guy, and it's not even close. Like they shouldn't even count that. Those don't even count. But yeah, Tom Brady's definitely the best of all time. But
yeah, he is.
Yeah, man.
I'll have to agree with you.
I think we cleared our board. Oh, except for this Astros stuff over here. So we're getting closer into playoff baseball. We're about 2 weeks away from playoff baseball. The Astros are definitely going to win. Did you make the joke of that Greinke's the one you don't want?
Yes.
I don't think you're wrong, bro. He's looked so bad in the last couple of games, man.
I have no confidence in him.
No, I'm with you.
None.
I'm with you 100%. So I have written on here what I kind of want our rotation to be, but I wrote Greinke on there because they're not going to not do it. They got to do it.
Yeah,
they don't have another
we just
choice.
lost Odorizzi too, didn't we?
I know, but Odorizzi could come back, and he's who I wouldn't mind seeing in that 7 spot. I wouldn't mind seeing him coming in. 7, 8, 9, by the way, is the innings. I have, obviously, they're going to do Ryan Presley as the closer. Graveman, who we got from the Mariners, has been really good, and he's going to be our eighth inning. And then Matone and Christian Javier.
I don't like Javier either. I don't know.
He gets guys on base, but he doesn't give up runs the way fucking Stanek. I don't want to see you anywhere near the goddamn field, Stanek. But rotation.
Like Ryan?
Huh?
Ryan? Isn't his name Ryan?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to see Brooks Staley either, or whatever the fuck that guy's name is. Or Rayleigh. Brooks Rayleigh.
It's Rayleigh.
Yeah. Rayleigh. Fuck that guy, too. That guy fucking sucks.
I just don't feel this. I don't think it's the Yankees anymore, though. Yeah.
No, it's the Rays.
Yeah.
The Rays are scary.
The Rays.
And I'll tell you what's going to suck is that
the Dodgers.
Yeah, well, the Dodgers are going to win because of Max Scherzer and
Clayton
Kershaw.
Pitching staff.
Now Clayton Kershaw, like what the fuck now? So
fucking Ferris Bueller
and Walker, and Walker Bueller, and even that Uri's kid. Yeah,
imagine how
the Dodgers.
What if they had fucking Bauer?
But they got a hit though, and Trey Turner has given them a little bit of life, and Mookie Betts is good, but the rest of their bats are suspect. And
imagine if they had Bauer. If he wasn't suspended. rotation.
Why do you have all those guys?
Yeah, no shit.
Why do you have all those guys?
Of course, they might not have gone and got Scherzer if he was.
No, they wouldn't have. But Greinke, McCullers, I like Luis Garcia at the 3 over Fromber. Fromber gives up too much runs. He lets too many people on base. If we're getting into a deep series, I don't even mind the idea of, Urquidy being our 4 and maybe having Fromber be a long relief guy. But Fromber scares me. He's my guy in the lineup that makes me very nervous. But Urquidy is coming back, and I think he's getting back into his groove a little bit. He's only been back for like a couple of weeks, so I like Urquidy. And I wouldn't mind Urquidy being the 3 either. Because Luis Garcia is young.
Yeah.
But I'm scared. Yeah, he's got good stuff.
If we can get any kind of pitching.
And Yimi Garcia is another guy in our bullpen who comes in and gives us good stuff. I don't want to see Josh James. I have the hiccups. I don't want to see Stanek. I don't want to see Rayleigh.
Loser. Fucking hiccup boy. Drink some water.
That's going to be the name of my bitch ass fucking my fantasy team, the hiccup boy.
The hiccup boy this week.
I was going to make the right pick, and then I hiccuped like a Bizak bitch. But yeah, I think we've established how terrible I am at this. And
so Josh sucks at fantasy football. We already knew that.
You were rooting for me being 10 out of 10, and it might come true. It very well might come true. I don't know though. The guy, big fat dogs. He's got a real bad team too. He's got a real bad team too. Yeah, he's got a bad team. And Lamar Jackson helped him out there at the end, but I don't believe in Lamar Jackson being a viable option. And then he's got Saquon, so he's got some struggles just like me. But come back and listen to what I say. Do the opposite. Yeah. Win your league. Do what Dannon says. Don't do what I say. DraftKings.
He's like the cooler. DraftKings,
thank you for continuing to sponsor us, even though I don't know what I'm saying. So
he's funny.
But we love y'all. Thanks for watching. We're gonna try to keep improving. Yep. And I'm glad that there wasn't a whiteboard in front of me this time. And I don't think there were too many dog interruptions. What do you think, puppies? What do you think, puppies? Yeah, yeah. All right, the dogs are taking us out. Thank you guys.